Welcome, everybody. So glad that you are here. Today on this podcast is brand new, wonderful podcast show. Um, Gonna be talking about a lot of things here, and let me see here as I'm speaking here. Let me bring up a little bit of my notes here so that I can elaborate a little bit more and just give you a warm welcome here. So welcome to our space here. So hello and a warm welcome to this brand new, as I stated, brand new podcast show. Healthy Minds, Healthy Lives. Check out my other podcast show as well. Haven't done a podcast there in a while, but there's a wealth of knowledge over. Oh my, I just took a little bit of a break, but there's a wealth of knowledge there biblically, and it's over 1,000 podcast shows. So check those out. People are still checking the shows out daily, and it's just very inspirational and motivational. So check my other show out as well, and there are other links and everything as well on my blog and so forth. So just go over there and check things out as well. So I just want to welcome you to this new podcast show again, Healthy Minds, Healthy Lives. And this is your companion podcast for cultivating a positive mindset. And we're going to be talking about a number of things, embracing holistic health and staying attuned to the world around us. So we're going to embark on a journey of self-discovery, exploring practical tips, expert advice, and real-life experiences. And it's going to help you in a lot of ways to manage your emotions, overcome obstacles, and make informed decisions in your everyday life, while also keeping you updated on the latest news, developments, things like that shape our society. So you're in a welcoming, safe space. Welcome. So that is just a little welcome there. Now, my first podcast, I talked about friendships, relationships, and what happens when those things are broken. So go back and listen to that first podcast. Now I'm going to do spinoff on that. I want to elaborate a little bit more on that subject. So on that previous podcast, and also I have linked an article there that I also wrote, and I'll probably write an article here and also link that article that I just put out as well from the first podcast. But in that article, it talks about gradually rebuilding trust. Once someone's broken your trust, that was your friend or who you thought was your friend, or however that person or people in your life were when things went sour, went wrong. So you have a choice. If you want to go back and rebuild that trust gradually. So the previous article speaks about if you choose to rebuild that relationship, you want to do it gradually. As I just stated. And trust is not easily regained, and so it must be earned. The trust must be earned, and this is through consistent, trustworthy behavior. So be cautious and allow time for the other person to prove that they are reliable. Allow time. So you just don't want to let anybody back into your life, or who you thought was that friend, or who it was that was your friend, or whatever the circumstances were, they betrayed you. So go back. I encourage you to listen to that previous podcast, and also that delve into that article. So that trust, again, must be earned. And you may ask yourself, well, how can that trust be earned? What are the signs that I need to look for? What must that person do for me to start trusting or regaining that trust again, if that's what you choose to do, if this is your choice? So that's what I want to elaborate on right now in this podcast. So rebuilding the trust after it's been broken is very challenging. It's a challenging process. It's a process that you and that person, or those people, your acquaintances or friends or whatever, are going to have to go through this process if this is your choice. But it is possible to regain that trust. Let me just say that. And regain the relationship. It's going to take time, though. It's going to have to take consistent effort and commitment on everybody's part. So here are some of the ways that this can be done, so that that person or people or whoever, it even may be you, can prove the to be reliable. So number one, that person must acknowledge the breach. Acknowledgement. So the first step is for that person to openly acknowledge their mistake and understand the impact of their actions. So this involves taking full responsibility without making excuses or deflecting any blame. Not pointing any fingers or anything, or trying to make an excuse. I did this because of that, and so forth, and all of that. The person must acknowledge, I really did wrong. I really hurt you. I am acknowledging that. This was my mistake. This is what I did. This person is taking on full responsibility and not saying, well, I'm responsible for everything and this and that. No, not a blanket response. Go into acknowledging, I hurt you. I did this. I did that. I did this. Whatever it is. Bring out those things. Don't make a blanket response. I hurt you in this way. I did this to you in this way. Or I said this to you. Bring it on out. Bring it on out. Say it verbally. Saying verbally exactly what you did. That's acknowledgement right there. Okay, after they acknowledge that verbally to you, then a sincere apology must come. Now, offering a genuine and a heartfelt apology, this is crucial. And that apology from that person or people, it should express remorse and an understanding of the pain that was caused. And so it should also include a commitment to change. What are you going to do different going forward? A commitment to change and avoid repeating the same behavior. So after that person admits that they know what they did or said to you, and verbally come out and say it, not I'm sorry for everything I did, or if we've all been there. Some people say, if you say that I said I did wrong, no, none of that's acknowledging. No, it's them telling you and going into detail. And then, number 2 here, that sincere apology, having remorse. Having that remorse, knowing and saying, I know I caused you this pain. I know how it was devastating to you. I know how you must have felt. Some type of remorse, saying that. And this is what I'm going to do going forward. I'm not going to speak on, I'm not whatever it is, going forward. Letting them telling you what they're going to do or not do, what they're not going to do, or how they're going to better things going forward so that this won't happen again. That sincere apology is needed. Now, number 3, transparent communication. Being open and being honest. Be open and be honest in all interactions moving forward. So this is vital. So this includes sharing any relevant information, being clear about intentions, and avoiding any form of deceit. Be straight up, be straightforward. None of that, no type of shady business or anything going forward. Be truthful. Transparent communication. Number 4, and we have, we're going up to number 10, but number 4, consistent actions. Consistency, consistent actions. Trust is rebuilt through consistent, trustworthy behavior over time. Be consistent. No wishy-washy, nothing. The person needs to demonstrate that they're reliable in small and large matters. And no matter, again, how small it is, no, does not matter. Demonstrate that you're reliable and consistent, and that you keep your promises, and you follow through on any commitments that you make, and make sure you keep those promises. Number 5, patience and understanding. The person must be patient, and they must be understanding of the time that it's going to take to rebuild trust. Nothing pushy or anything like that. They should be prepared for there may be setbacks. They must be prepared. You may not be ready to go full circle and all that, or whatever, back and forth. So there may be setbacks that are not expected. They should not expect instant forgiveness, but you have to have that forgiveness on your heart. You have to open yourself up. But it may not be instant or a complete restoration of trust. Again, it's a building process. It's going to take time. So that person must have patience and understanding. And this is both of you two working together. Okay, number 6, listening and validating feelings. So that person should actively listen to the party that's hurt that has those hurt feelings and concerns without being defensive. They must sit there and listen and really feel it. So validating the other person's emotions, it's going to show empathy and a genuine desire to make amends. Because they should want to sit there and listen and understand how you feel and everything. And it feels good for you to get that out as well. You're not trying to hurt the person, and the person should be willing to listen. Not point fingers, but you should have told me, or I didn't this and I didn't know, or, just listen. Just listen. Okay. Building positive experiences, creating new positive experiences together. It can help rebuild the trust. Shared activities that reinforce reliability and positive interaction. This can gradually help mend the relationships. Do some things that you used to do together, or go to lunch, breakfast, or you shopping, or whatever you do. Just do these things and start gradually. Just continue. Now, number 8, respecting boundaries. Respecting boundaries. Oh, that was number 7, building positive experiences. Very, very important here. Number 8, respecting boundaries. Okay, now understanding and respecting any new boundaries that are set by you, by the person who has caused the hurt is crucial. Understanding this. This is going to show respect for that person's healing process and demonstrates a commitment to not cause further harm. You don't want to cause any kind of further harm. So respect that person's boundaries, whatever it may be. Don't overstep anything. Respect is, remember, these are steps. Number 9. Now we go into talking about seeking professional help. And I said before also, definitely pray. Go into prayer to the Most High. Go into prayer. Go into prayer. Go into prayer. Now, in some cases, you may need help from a therapist or a counselor. This can be beneficial. This can provide a structured environment to address the breach of trust and work toward rebuilding the relationship. So you may need a third party up in there in the middle to do things. And hey, continuously stay in prayer. So in some cases, seeking help from a therapist or a counselor is beneficial. And again, this is a structured environment that's going to help with this breach. Okay? And I don't know why I have that written down here twice, but it's twice. So I must check that. Check that. Okay, number 10. 10, final one here. Demonstrating change over time. Over time. So lastly, sustained change is the key. It's the key. So the person they have to show over time that they've learned from their mistake. They must show this and are committed to being trustworthy. So this is going to involve continuously making choices that reinforce their reliability and integrity, not forcing anything. So rebuilding trust, lastly, it's a gradual process. It's going to require dedication and genuine effort. So by consistently demonstrating these behaviors, the person who broke the trust, they can begin to repair and strengthen the relationship and understand these things. And these are the steps that one is going to use to rebuild trust gradually from someone that you thought was your friend or is your friend, or things went wrong, things went south. So you're going to do these things. This is a choice. This is your choice. And so if you all decide to work on your relationship, this is what you have to do. And that person must acknowledge what's going on and spit it out. Must acknowledge and capping everything up. They must accept the full responsibility without making any kind of excuses or anything or depicting blame. And then they must give you a sincere apology. And acknowledge that they know about the pain that they caused you. And what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Or make a commitment to make a change, to avoid repeating those actions or that action again. And be transparent in your communication. Do what you say. Go ahead and you don't want any form of deceit or anything coming through. And be consistent. Person needs to be consistent, demonstrate consistency with the actions and things like that, keeping promises and following through on commitments. Then they want to be patient and understanding. Things are not going to happen overnight. There may be setbacks. So they must understand that and not expect instant restoration of full total trust. It's going to take some work, some time. And so they want to also listen. They want to listen and validate the feelings and let that person get out how they feel. And they want to be patient about that and show empathy. And you want to build positive experiences, do some things together that you used to do. Start gradually. Go to the movies or go out to eat or order in or cook together, whatever it is that you do. You want to start doing a little bit of that, a little gradually, but also you want to respect boundaries as well at the same time. And you may want to see